with Sagar Ahluwalia. Sagar, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for.
So we are looking at all the travel and tourism that we are waiting that it will start on the whole thing of travel and tourism after COVID-19. How will it look like?
You dropped off. Baba, you dropped off. You're on mute. Unmute yourself, please.
Yes, I just did that.
No, your net connection is weak. Just check that once. Okay, now it's okay.
Yeah, now it's okay. Because I went on my mobile. Okay.
Okay.
So, did you hear what I said? What was the last that you heard? Sagar, can you tell me?
Last word you said that talking about the revival of tourism.
Revival of travel and tourism post COVID-19.
Yeah.
And I have a few questions that I'm going to be asking Sagar, and of course, whoever is here on the call, if they want to ask you questions, and since we are live on Facebook, there will be some people who will ask questions on Facebook. So once they do that, I will let you know what are the questions that they are asking, and then you can answer those.
Okay. Robin, before you start, I want to thank you very much
for
inviting me for your excellent forum. Thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Sagar. I have been experimenting with this whole medium, talking to people who are experts in their field. So it's truly a privilege that you are here with me today.
Thank you.
So the first question that I have, with all this lockdown and the impact of COVID, airlines, hotels, the whole travel domain of travel agents, tour operators, restaurants, rail networks, roadways, water transport, cruises, taxis, auto rickshaws, and all the other service providers, everything is gone, right? So what is the estimated revenue loss for India and the world due to COVID-19 as far as travel and tourism is concerned?
Robin, there is no official, analysis done on this, With, guess, but it's a large number of, dollars spent, which India has to earn, that we have lost it. Not only we lost the future business also. Similarly, all over the world is happening. See, most of the countries depend only on tourism, and they are the most suffered than the others. India is not one of the countries which depends on tourism only. But unfortunately, because of this problem, even the economy of India is going down like anything. The GDP is 2%. So I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, and tourism is a part of this. So I agree with you that it's affected not only the tourism as such, but tourism consists of airlines, hotels, travel agents, tour operators, providers, destination, a lot of other people. It has affected them also. So it's very difficult to find out the loss of the money, but loss of the business is there. Everybody knows it, and it's affected. Not that we lost the business the last year, we're going to lose the business for another year also.
How long do you think it will take for the industry to kind of come back on its feet? Just come back on its feet.
It will always bounce back. Tourism will bounce back, but it's very difficult to say how many months, how many years it will take. But anything, which stops, for a while, it takes time to come back. And, today we don't have the airlines also flying. We don't have the trains also running. We don't have the buses running. So how can we can say that will start from that date? It's very, very difficult. Hotels are closed, restaurants are closed. So it's very difficult. And again, Indian part. But similarly,
Yes.
world, some countries have opened it, like Portugal has opened it, like France is open, Paris is open, not for France, but Paris is open,
Okay.
even Egypt is open, even Greece is open. So many other countries are open. But Malaysia is trying to open it also. But what I'm trying to say, they are also getting business because it takes time. It's not just like you push your button, that we are open, come back to us. It will take some time.
Because I think we, as human beings, there's a lot of fear with us that if we go, what if something happens to us?
I agree with you. And
So I think
unless,
that's where people are holding.
yeah. See, unless you create a confidence in the people, they want to know three things: safety, and also hygienic, and also
Yes.
what they're going to get out of that. They don't want to get back with the disease
Yes.
by the holidays. So it will take some time. It cannot be overnight. It may be 3 months, 6 month time. You see, after opening also, it will take some time. But let me tell you, Robin, let's forget about the international travel at the moment. Because if you know, all the international are flying even. And even when they start flying, they're not going to serve you any food, any drinks, any alcohol. And if you're going for 8 hours, you can't have to be hungry. And then you have to put a mask all the time. And then you have to follow the hygienic protocol of the airlines. So,
Yes. Yes.
travel also. So it will take some time unless we are able to fight out this disease. And unless we are able to get some medicine available, some, that it can, help reduce this problem.
When I was reading in some place, some newspaper or some article, that in India, the travel and tourism industry had asked a moratorium of 12 months, but they got only 3 months. Now, all these people have dues that are to be paid to the state, hefty license fees, property tax, lease license, operating licenses, statutory dues, whether it's GST, advance tax payments, PF, PSIC, custom duties, and everything else that comes with it. Now, to
Robin,
pay these dues, where and how will they generate liquidity with no cash flow and no income? How will the industry survive?
see, Robin, unfortunately, in India, tourism industry is not treated as the industry. That's the one thing. That's why they not get the benefit of the industry. One thing. Second thing is that, as I mentioned to you, India doesn't feel that tourism is a very important industry for them. And the tourism industry asks, a lot of things, But unless the government is interested, you don't have a lobby. If you don't have lobby in the parliament, if you don't have a lobby in the country, nobody is going to listen to you. And, they give 3 months, what they give? They have not given any money as such. They given only that you can take a loan from the banks. If they take a loan, how are they going to pay back that loan with the interest? Tell me, there is no business. Unless, they can't get the payback to the banks. So it's a joke, if you ask me. Whatever the government is given, it's a joke to the industry. I talked to a lot of people in the industry. They said, why, from where we give them back? Interest even. Let's forget about the principal. So these are the problems coming. And the problem will continue till we are able to teach tourism as an industry in this country.
So then, is the industry doomed? Will it ever recover?
If the industry starts, they treat them as industry, they get a lot of other benefits, They get the money from export, they get money because they earn a lot of foreign exchange. When the tourists come to India, they spend a lot of money. So India is earning a lot of foreign exchange. But you will surprise, that India has been very poor in promotion of India tourism internationally. This is the unfortunate part. But, these are the things one should keep in mind, that you cannot.
Yes. So that's why my question was, if the government doesn't support it and doesn't stand behind it, is this industry doomed?
Industry will boom in spite of all that. But when it starts, and after starting also, it will take 6 months to a year
Okay.
to get back. And let me tell you, Robin, there will be no, support to the international travel. The only future is of domestic tourism. And domestic tourism will be the right word
Money earner.
in this country. And who will decide that diversity? Young people. Young people decide in the house, in the family, where to go, which destination to go. Or, it's not the parents. Things have changed now. The young people are very, very intellectual. They know more than me and you.
Yes, yes.
Where to go. They tell the parents, no, we will allow you to go here. So they have to follow it. And the travel agents has no role to play. Travel agents cannot tell you that you go to this place. Because when they want to sell their tickets, they will like to your choice.
Yes.
And tell their choice to you. And now the travel agents, the bad situation also. Let me tell you further that travel agents are losing heavily otherwise also. Because airlines stop giving them commission. So how can they survive? The main now they're going to charge some fee from the passenger.
Yes.
Now, they go to internet, online, and book their things, hotels, airlines, all that. So
everything is through the internet.
So travel has become just like a name only.
So on the one hand, technology helps somebody. On the other hand, technology kills somebody.
It happens.
That's how it goes. Okay. So if it continues the way it is continuing, how many of these travel agents or travel and tourism industry, the companies in this domain, how many of them will survive? Will some of the best brands in the industry might not be there in the future?
I mean, when the storm comes, when the storm comes, the dry leaves, storm takes away with that, goes away, and the rest remain there. And now it's very difficult to say whether the brand will remain or not, a big brand will remain or a small brand will remain. Depends on how strong those organizations are. They can survive the losses of this, this 6 months or a year. So if they can sustain, yeah, they will stay back. So it's very difficult to go, A will remain there, B will not be there. Very difficult to say.
Because since hardly any travel is happening and all these organizations have overheads, I think they've already asked a lot of people to leave, but you still have your office spaces to maintain and some maintenance to be done. So I don't know how they are going to survive.
I agree with you. That is their problem. That's not our problem. There's not the government problem. You understand? That is their problem, how they survive. But let me tell you again, I just mentioned to you that if they have a strong lobby, they can get more from the government, what they got today. In fact, they got nothing, if you ask me. This is my thinking. And I talked to a lot of industry leaders also.
Yes. So the Airbnb model, which was booming a lot, and that model also made a dent in the hotel occupancy. Now, once the whole thing revives, will the Airbnb model survive really? Because like you said in the beginning, people are going to look for safety and hygiene.
Yes.
Now, in an Airbnb thing, I don't know how much safety and hygiene there will be. And what will they get? So will that model really survive?
No, I tell you one thing. In India, there's an organization called OYO. And
OYO, yes.
They've beaten even the 5-star hotels. They beat things, in terms of earning of money is coming.
Yes, revenue, yes.
So even in other parts of the world, they will survive. May not be that much. It will take some time to come back to the same, level.
So you're saying the Airbnb model will survive?
100%. They have more reason to survive than the many chains will close down. Many airlines will close down. Many airlines are closing in India also.
Yes. Which are the ones that you said are closing?
International Academy Malaysia line is on the way to close down, but they've got from the Prime Minister of Malaysia, they got a breathing time for a year. Let's hope so. They continue it. And similarly, other Lufthansa in a bad shape.
But I think almost every airline across the world is going through a bad time.
Yeah, they find it difficult to breathe.
Yes, because even just the parking fees are so huge.
Parking fees are fuel.
Yeah, they're really huge.
Yeah.
That's right. Now this industry, travel and tourism industry, generates employment for about 6 to 7 crore people, either directly or indirectly, from what I read and the study I did. And it is currently on the ventilator and the government is not providing anything. So is the industry and government taking any action for its survival and revival. Any action. You said government to kuch kar nahi rahi hai. Is the
It's
industry doing something?
Yeah, so far, I told you, but they got it 3 months, period to take loan from the government and pay back, and they may extend that you don't pay for the interest for some more time. That is the maximum they can get it. Because I just mentioned to you that government don't teach tourism as a very serious matter. Gandhi. The economy of the country is going down. They have to more industries there to support the manufacturing company, support the other parts of brands than tourism.
Is it because the government thinks right now, even if they provide any kind of support, people are not going to travel? So maybe we'll support it later or when this whole thing, COVID thing dies down. For manufacturing, they need. People need to go back to work. But even if they provide all the support to travel, will people pack their bags and start moving out?
Uh, I don't. It's very difficult. People to that. You say anywhere you want to travel, you decide not in same time, same day, or same month.
Yes. Yes.
Take months time. You
Yes.
say,
In
yeah,
advance.
6 months advance that we want to go to this place. Let's work it out. How much going to cost? The tickets, the hotels, other expenses. Then you decide to do it. If you invite them and promote it, they're not waiting for promotion.
Yes.
But I feel there is no future for support from the government. They have, they have to fight it out themselves.
So out of the three kinds of travel, that's happening, leisure or vacation, what you call, then corporate and medical, which one will normalize first according to you?
See, it's very difficult. It's very difficult that they will go one by one. They may always start at the same time, but some
Yes.
yes. But the medical tools are not much in India in anyway, as compared to other countries, like Thailand, like other places, there are more medical facilities, are doing more the promotion of medical tourism. In India, we don't have much. Second thing is about luxury. Luxury will only go up once everything is normalized. Nobody's going to spend money to have
Yes. Yes.
it back. And the rest is vacations. Okay, it's the same thing. If you have to create a confidence among the
Yes.
unless you create a confidence and safety for them, they will not travel.
What about corporate? Because corporates have completely stopped travel because of the COVID-19 situation.
The corporate will travel because they have to do business.
Yes.
Do business. But how much corporate travel is there as compared to the vacation, other things, holiday travel, other travel, bigger way. Vacation is this. Corporate travel is very limited.
So in India, you're saying this vacation leisure travel is the biggest.
Domestic travel.
Domestic, yes, is the biggest. Then comes corporate travel, and the last would be medical, is it?
Medical is on the last, yeah, in the
Uh-huh.
line.
Hmm.
But today, even the past also it happened.
So how will the staggered opening of services be then?
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Staggered. How will the opening of the staggered? How will the staggered opening of all the services be?
See, it will take some time. I just mentioned to you.
Yes.
That people will feel that there's some vaccine available, and things the graph of this disease become smooth. Nobody's going to travel. But let me tell you, we have to live with this disease forever. It's not going to be changed in 6 months or 1 year. We have to be part of it all the time in life. Whether we're traveling, whether we're in the house, or whether we're going to office, we have to be part of it.
That's not very good news. Because some scientists and doctors, senior doctors are saying at least for the next 4 or 5 years, it will give you company.
I don't know what is their calculation. My feeling is that, this social distance and this mask will always remain there. Always remain there. It will become part of the life. Like in Japan, they use mask otherwise also. So we'll be like Japan, that people are using mask. It will happen. There will be more crime here in the country. When you're wearing a mask, you can't recognize a person.
That's right.
There is a lot of unemployment. 1,200 crores people are jobless. They got lost job because of these problems. So they have to earn money. They have to live also. They have to eat.
Yes.
If you're not getting anything, it's better to
Yes.
do
Yes.
some crime, so loot, or do theft, robbery. It's going to happen.
Sure. Sure. And those things will happen, like you said, and it's true. How will they feed themselves or their families? At least if
That's
they
it.
go to jail, at least people who are single will
They
say,
get a food,
"हम जेल में जाएंगे कुछ तो खाने मिलेगा."
खाने को मिलेगा, food तो मिलेगा कम से कम. Yeah.
So, do you have any information about if there are new policies, new concepts that are being formulated right now, and giving priority to health and hygiene to bounce back?
You see, there have been a lot of meetings taking place with the Ministry of Tourism.
Uh-huh.
And they talk quite a lot. You know, we Indians are very fond of talking, you know. We talk,
Yes.
but when you want to implement, nothing happens. That is another misfortune of the country. And unless you implement, I said, you talk 100%, you know, but at least do the 5%, implement those talks. Nothing happens. You know, I tell you, I attended a lot of international meetings, lot of, you know, national meetings, tourism, other things, and they have a resolution, all that pass, everything. But can you believe it? Nothing has been implemented, any of the resolution, nationally also, internationally also. You will surprise you. It's just to have a meeting, have a PRs, you know, get together and forget about it.
But now, at least for the last 3 months, even that would have stopped. Everything is happening online, so those meetings also won't happen now. It will all, of course, it will happen, but all online.
Yeah, but it's okay. Because people are in the houses, people, you know, free, they can see it online. But once they start working, then they won't have the time to see online. So you see, in the country also, in the tourism also, it's PR, personal touch is very, very important.
Yes.
Online, unless you have personal touch, the people don't get satisfied. This is what I feel it.
It's a hospitality industry. It's a very touch and feel kind of thing.
The hospitality industry is also facing big trouble. But there are good chains like Taj group of hotels, and you know, they are doing very good job in times of crisis. They have opened all their hotels for this doctors and their nurses to stay there and to look after the food, all that. Similarly, other groups also done it. And of course, Taj Group as such has done, Taj Tata as such has done a big thing. And even the, you know, Tata says that, you know, for me, my country is more important than this, my business. I can give the whole business, you know, for this, for the cause of the people.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading some other hotels have also opened it. They have been turned into quarantine centers. Club Mahindra has offered its facilities.
But there's a
Quarantine
temporary
as
thing.
for doctors and
That's
nurses.
a temporary thing.
Yeah, this is all going to be temporary, and
You see,
we are all
listen to me.
yes,
If you remember 1102, 11, the year when we had this problem in Bombay, people thought tourism had gone down. Again, it goes back. Again, there was a tsunami in India. People thought nothing was. Plague was in India. People said it wasn't gone. But you know, tourism will never die. It will continue because it is the habit of the people. If you see, century old, even people used to travel, but not here by cart, by horses, all that. So now they have a new things to travel: trains, buses, airlines, all that. So travel will continue, but the question is how much percentage it will continue. I'm sure, I'm positive about it. It will bounce back, and it may take time, 6 months, a year or so. Once it starts, after that, it will be similar. But domestic tourism will definitely, you know, bounce back.
because I think everybody is kind of waiting, looking at when to pack our bags and leave. And this is a great vacation time, but everybody is at home.
But I
Otherwise,
don't think so.
this is the
I,
time, this is the month, all hotels are packed, all resorts are packed in June. And right now, everything is empty. People are at home.
yeah, correct. Because even they think about it, they can't go. But they have to stay in the house.
And also what you said earlier that we have to live with this COVID forever. And now given that, it's going to be a long, long time before
Yeah, but
people can say, okay, let's go out.
I will tell you one thing. If you remember, in the older days, when there was a kala bukhar, इसको कहते हैं ना,
Yes, yes,
and people used to have an injection,
yes.
before they were not allowed to travel unless you had that one. Similarly, after this is over, they will say, "Only get a certificate of that you have been tested." So
You'll be
it's
vaccinated.
part of the passport when you travel. So these new things will happen, and then you should be ready for all. The luxury used to get in the airlines will not be there, and in the destination also you'll be treated like everything will do it yourself. I'm saying in the sense that you cannot get that big service coming because people will not be there at all. That much staff will be there.
Yes, so that's the new normal then.
No, that's
Nothing to eat in the airline, no drinks. When you go to your destination also, you won't get the kind of stuff they used to provide.
You cook your own parathas.
So it will good. We'll carry our parathas in our dabbas and travel.
Correct.
Because I remember when this was that airline, Captain Gopinath's. He started that airline, Deccan Airways. And they wouldn't serve anything, no water also. And people used to carry water. They used to carry their dabbas. And once the flight took off, all the dabbas would open, and the smell of the food would waft through the cabin.
The smell will fail.
That's right. And people would be eating.
But they cannot last. That's why they failed. That is the reason they failed. Because
that's right.
BC, people want to travel, they want to luxury. They want to they want to do in the house. They don't want to have house food all the time,
Yes.
Extra
So
food.
we really don't know how it's going to pan out. What new normal will look like, some view we have, but not fully. As things open up, probably then we'll know.
We get satisfied seeing videos of the different destination, and we feel we are enjoying the destination.
Yeah, so I think is the industry going to move into do virtual tours?
I'm sorry, I could catch it.
Virtual tours, like what you said, sit at home and watch it on the internet. Is that going to be the new thing?
I don't know what is already there. If you want to see it, you go on the website. If I do it yourself, nobody is going to arrange it for you.
Yeah, but website is just one thing, but virtual tour is like how you have a tour guide who takes you around like that. Is the industry looking at that to do it virtually?
I don't think the people will be satisfied with that. Unless, you become part of the destination, you become part of the program, you don't enjoy it. Do you enjoy, when you go to see a film, and when you see it's a good story, you feel like you're part of it. I wish I could become I should get a hero like that, or a hero like that. It happens. But if you see only the films, you won't get satisfied. This is what I feel it.
Because everything is getting so digitized, so this industry also will be impacted with all the digitization. So maybe industry needs to look at some innovative ways of earning money, revenue generation. So we don't know how it will be, but maybe the industry needs to look at that part as well.
I agree with you. They can improve the same system they have today. What they can do, that it's safe to travel, to stay with us, and also try to see that you provide the basic hygienic in the hotel, that you've been tested before you get into rooms, and your room should be all ready to welcome you. It's not that when you come back and you have a disease coming from there, so they won't. This is what I feel it. So with this also you don't have to go to virtual tour as such. This is what I feel. If he wants to do it, welcome.
Okay. Yeah, we can always intend and hope for the best.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what we can do. And the hotels will do their best to provide hygiene and security, and so will the airlines. or even buses and luxury cruise liners, everybody will do that.
Yeah, they already decided, the hotel decided, and they already telling people that listen to me, how safe our hotels are, how safe our rooms are, how safe our staff is. They're already doing it. Even airlines are doing the same thing. But what I'm saying is that in spite of all that, they will only come there when the things are a little over, and also they get a confidence that they are safe to travel. This is what I feel it.
Because, see, look at me. I'm not going to travel till the time I don't get a sense it's safe.
You don't get that?
I will not travel till the time I have clarity on that it's safe to travel.
That's it.
Similarly, there are millions and millions of people who will not take just a risk. Okay, I have to go, I'll travel.
Yeah, why should they travel? Because if they travel sick, so they're spending money to become sick. You won't like it. Yeah.
That's right. And these days, for the last 3 months, all the corporates are doing this work from home, and it's working for them.
Yeah, they're enjoying it.
Yeah, and there are many companies which have put their facilities.
Yeah.
That they've said it's available for rent or for sale.
Yeah,
Calvin, which is it? Calvin Care in Chennai.
Yeah.
45,000 square foot of space. They're saying we'll sell it. We don't need it because our people are working from home. TCS has said 75% of its staff across the globe will work from home.
They're saying they want.
Yeah, Infosys is saying 33% of staff permanently work from home. Now, all these people work from home, which means no travel. They're saying travel is not needed. We'll do these video calls the way you and I are doing right now.
Correct.
So if this is the new normal. Industry will have to come up ways to still get people out of their homes.
No, this is temporary, Robin. It's very temporary. Maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year or so. Things will change. It cannot remain the same. You can't remain in the house all the time. You are like open yourself. You like to go out. You like to breathe fresh.
That's true.
Yeah. You like to enjoy life. You can't remain all the time. But you have to first wait for this disease to calm down. And then, but remember, this we have to live with this all the time throughout our life. You and me, at least, we're going to do that. We have to.
So that means a new dress code will be while you're traveling, you put a mask, wear personal protection equipment, gloves, and then travel. Carry your own food and water.
And you cannot shake hands with your friends even. Keep away. Do namaste only. Do namaste only, so that don't come closer. This is what happens. Already we started this system of namaste, number of the chain hotels. When you go there, the hostesses namaste you.
Yes.
It's Indian culture also, this civilization also. So I was just telling you that you have to follow. Even in Japan, they're doing the same thing.
Oh.
Now even interest conferences, a lot of foreigners I saw, they're doing namaste because they don't want to shake hands. Very much there.
That's right. Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, was doing namaste.
Yeah. Johnson was doing the same thing. But Johnson is half Indian.
Okay. Half Indian from what? His mother's side?
No. He's married to Indian girl.
Aha. Okay. All right.
He's very impressed with the Indians.
Yes, true. So I've really completed my questions unless until
any other
Akshay and Nikhil. That's what I want to check. Akshay and Nikhil, if you have any questions to ask Sagar.
Actually,
Are there any questions? Yes, Akshay, go ahead.
That was Nikhil actually. I was just curious. When we think about hospitality and travel, there's a certain assumption that it functions in the same way. So is there likely a possibility that it may fundamentally change in the way that it looks in the next few years because of COVID and possible more pandemics that have been occurring? Like pandemics have been increasing. So is it possible to create a sort of pandemic proofing of hospitality and travel, or will that happen in the near future?
Sorry, I could understand the question.
Okay, Sagar, this question was from Dr. Nikhil. He's He's in Bangalore. He's asking, with so many pandemics happening, one after the other, and they'll come in the future also in different forms. So is the hospitality industry going to do something so that they are pandemic proof?
This is very difficult to answer this question. It's a good question. It's very difficult to answer this question because you cannot predict, what's going to happen in future. And tourism is a very sensitive business, and if you touch it, it changes its color. So, suppose in India we have this problem. Now we have a problem with China. That if the Chinese problem increases, again it will affect.
Okay, so have I?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, you're asking something.
Yeah, so Nikhil, did you get that answer?
Yes, yes, yeah. I understand that it's quite a difficult thing to predict. So that's quite a good answer, actually.
Yeah, and since you being from the medical fraternity doctor, you don't know what's going to hit next, how it will impact, how it will show, what will be the symptoms. Nobody really knows. So, hotels and the whole travel and tourism industry will take care whatever it has to, but then it will go the way it goes.
Medical tourism within the country will always there. You have to go to one good hospital. You have to travel to that city to go to that hospital. But that will be always there. But internationally, I don't think that in the near future is going to happen.
So, hold on to all your international travel plans.
Hmm?
So, are you advising hold on to your travel plans, international travel plans?
I'm always telling all the time.
Yeah, that I got, but all
Not
the other
virtually,
people.
not virtually, at least in my dream nowadays.
Yes,
I travel.
traveling. Yeah, of
There's no,
course, nobody can stop that one.
yeah, that's the one. At the moment, that's the only.
True. Any other question, Akshay, you have?
Not really. I mean, I know it's going to be a tough time going forward. You just need to hold our ground.
Okay. Any question you can see on Facebook if anybody is asking?
No. When people had joined, they saw, they left. Some people, Pramod Salvi asked, "How are you?"
Okay.
Sanjay Pednekar, Robin, you look different without your specs. That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, well,
There were a couple of people who had joined.
Yeah, on Facebook, that's what happens. You come, people go. You come, people go. Good. So any advice you want to give Sagar
Listen to me,
people who are planning to travel?
Robin. I'm one of the person who don't believe getting advice and giving advice.
Okay, I got it.
So I won't give any advice. They have to decide their own, future of travel. They have to decide their own way whether they would like to travel or not. But this is the duty, of the travel industry to satisfy them. When they're satisfied, they will come to you and they will travel.
Okay. I got that completely. Good. So I'm really done with my questions.
Good.
Complete with that. So it's really been a pleasure, and your answers. So one has to look at. So basically, what I got from your responses were, we have to take responsibility for our travel and our safety. The airline, the road operators, the shipping lines, they will all do what they can, but
Yeah.
ultimately our safety is going to be our responsibility.
That's it.
So everybody will do their best.
Yeah, you will be doing at your own risk. That is good.
Yes. So we'll travel on our own risk and responsibility.
Yeah.
And they will not share that with us.
Look, how can they share? They can't share with you at all.
Yeah, so that's going to be
One money from you.
one.
They're interested
Yes.
to earn money from you. They're not interested in your loss.
The risk and responsibility. Yes, I got that.
Anyhow,
So that's going to be the new one. time you book a ticket, there will be this thing come printed that you are traveling at your own risk and responsibility, and you do not share the risk and responsibility with you. Hotels will also put that up.
I'm sure they will
That
do.
probably will be the new normal.
They should.
Nobody wants to get with the legal cases.
Correct. Yes, I agree with you. That's the. You see, internationally also is happening. I belong to my organization, Pacific Area Travel Writers Patwa, is affiliate of the United Nations WTO, and they're working on this field also. They want to, to work for revival of tourism in different parts of the world. They find it difficulty also. Same thing. But those countries which I mentioned you, they opened it because these diseases have gone out of the countries. They're opened it. But those countries which are still facing these problems, even in surprise to Italy, they started, some part of Italy, they opened it. Some part, not all.
Yes.
It is happening. So in India also, slowly, when things are better, things are improved, unless we have another problem coming after that. So things will improve and we will start. Let's start with a positive note that well, and everybody will enjoy traveling, and it's a question of time, and the time comes, it will happen.
Till then, we can wait and watch.
Yeah.
And take all the necessary precautions that we need to take.
We will have a talk at a time again. Okay.
Sure, Sagar. Thank you so much for your time, taking out this time on a Sunday morning and doing this live conversation. Thank you very much, Sagar. Truly appreciate it.
I'd like to thank you very much that you brought me into your very important forum. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you. Pleasure.
Okay.